Hello there YouTube. A lot of you have been requesting this video. Obviously you know that I have all my hi-fi stuff and my record players and my vintage radios. Well, a lot of you have noticed that I've had a jukebox, so I thought today out of all I would do a video. It's just a brief sort of video really. Obviously I haven't turned it on yet. It still needs a little bit of work, although I've done 99.9% of it, which includes changing out the amplifier, which was broken, changing out a sprag wheel which was damaged, getting the computer completely restored by a specialist, and the turntable computer board done by a specialist as well, and a new stylus, and of course lots of paint, new labels, you name it. I've probably sunk quite a bit of money into this thing. So anyway, without further ado, let's go and turn her on. It dates from the mid-70s, 77, 78 sort of era. Yeah, here we are. It might be set to free play at the moment, so it might start playing a record. Or maybe not, depends how I've set it up. I can't quite remember. Let's have a little look under the bonnet. That's better. Just lifted up the old bonnet. I'm sure there is a proper name for it. As you can see, the records are in there. The amplifier is not the original, it's one out of a car, but I'm on a bit of a budget really after spending nearly £1,000 on this thing, including the purchase of the jukebox. The jukebox was £300, the stylus was £20, getting the computer done was near enough £200, getting the other computer done underneath the turntable, that was about I think 80 quid as well. It's had a hell of a lot of work done to it, but unfortunately it's still messing about. It will, if you punch in and say, you dial in say a number 80 record, it'll play 81, and it doesn't matter how many times you adjust the sensor or the sprag wheel or anything like that, it will still be out. So until I can get a new sprag wheel from a guy who can get one from America, I'm pretty much stuck really. But it does play, it will play. I've set it up in such a way that it will play a record, put it back, play another record, then put it back, and just keep playing record after record randomly. Of course, if you want a specific record, there's no guarantee it will play the specific record. Anyway, let's set it up. So I'm going to set it to continuous, so it will keep playing one record after another. I've got to turn the preamp on, is already on. I can't play too much of each record because copyright. So I just have to push the stop and scan button and it will pick up another record. The switch on the amplifier is a bit crusty and could probably do with replacing really. So here we are back with the Rowe Jukebox. The amplifier that I've got here is it's a car one, it's not the official one, but I've had to add a preamp for it though. I'd say some switches might need cleaning on this, but can't play too much of each record because I get a copyright strike. Switches, they all need deoxing, cleaning, so it's a bit of a pain really. You see it just pick one, and then after it's played this one it will just put it back and get another one. There's 200 records in there. No, 100 records, 200 sides, sorry. because it's such a shame that I can't play the music to you unless I had some royalty free 45s, which I don't have. Let's go around and have a look to see what we got here. We have the coin acceptor up here. Takes 10p's, 20p's, 50p's and the old pound coins. Doesn't take any new coins. I've had to add an earth to all the metal components because it was humming quite bad, really. Over here we have the central computer. This was very expensive to get someone to have a look at it. All the connections were dirty and a couple of parts needed changing. I don't know too much about it, to be honest. It was, unfortunately, it still isn't picking the right records every time. Over here I've had to add a socket for my 12-volt amplifier, which is just behind here. It's just down there. Not the original amplifier, because the original one was faulty, so I've just had to set a temporary one up, which again I've earthed throughout the whole system. The chassis here on the record deck is earthed. Now I know it's not perfect, and a lot of jukebox owners will probably moan at this and tell me off or whatever, but I don't care. This is my jukebox and this is how I've done it. I've added some LED lights, just glued them on the top here so that it shines under there, so I can see the lights on there as well. On the amplifier I've got a subwoofer switch, a treble, bass, volume, speaker outputs all wired in. We have the carousel here with all the records. Now to load this up is quite easy because there's just a little lever behind, so you can just move it, or you can literally just push that when it's in service mode. Like that, you see. And that's that bloody Santa Claus thing up on the shelf, which is a complete annoying. I'm going to play a single bit of music. I'll turn that off for a minute, I think. Sorry about that. Up here, we obviously on the computer it tells you that there's 8 volts on the circuit board, record number 25, how many times it's been selected, 23, but obviously we're not on 25, we're on 40. I have adjusted which is the sensor here. I've adjusted that so many times according to all the YouTube videos to show you how to do it. So I appreciate people might be commenting saying yes, you can do it like this, move the sensor to the carousels at 99 and all that. I have done all that so many times. I've had the sensor tested, that was fine. The sprag wheel's fine. The bushings on the sprag wheel are fine as well. It's all set up as it should be, but it's still not playing the right record. And I'm at a loose end with it because there's absolutely nothing else I can do. I mean, the only thing someone said was that part of it could be bent or whatever, but it's not. I've had it out so many times, it's actually quite frustrating, especially on my days off from work where I could spend the whole bloody day trying to adjust it and it's still out every time. It's out, it's out, it's out. So if you want to comment about the sprag wheel or about the sensor or anything like that, please don't, because I've been down that road so many times now. There's absolutely nothing I can do with it. This is obviously, you can probably tell by the title of the video, it's a Rowe R86. Built in America in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So it's an American machine, good old American jukebox. It's had quite a bit of work, as you can tell. What I've done, I've explained what I've done. I just really hope that someone can help me with it, because it's getting to the point now where it is quite frustrating, really, when people say I can do this or you can do it and it will work. And I've tried to do all these things and I'm still back to square one, really. It is a complete pain in the bum, to be totally honest. Yeah. But as you can see, I've printed off some labels, I laminated them and cut them out all individually. It took me many hours to do it all properly. Ordered some new lights around the outside. But as I say, I've got to the point now where, you know, it looks good. It will play random songs in the background, and at the end of the day, if you're going to have to punch each number in, you're going to have to get out your chair every 3 minutes. So I might as well just leave it as it is and let it play its random songs whenever it feels like it, because no one can seem to help me with it. And it's got to the point now where I'm fed up having to pay people for help or advice with it, because nothing seems to be happening. I mean, you know, when you have one of those projects where you think, yeah, look forward to it or whatever, and you like, it's quite a journey and you're going down, it's all quite exciting, and then you just hit a dead end where it just gets really boring because you've just done the same old thing all the time. Well, unfortunately, this is what the problem is with this, really. It's fun at first, but if you want to buy a jukebox like this, you're going to have to remember that there's a hell of a lot of work involved that you probably won't be able to do yourself, like with the circuit boards and all that. I mean, the sprag wheel I did myself, that was easy, but it still didn't make it any better, if you know what I mean. It made it, if not the same. So that was a waste of 16 odd quid just for some rubber bushings, although they did help. When I put it all together, it felt like it was working better, but obviously something ain't right. There's a connection that's out, or the sensor's not sensing or whatever. But I've had 5 or 6 different people tell me the same old thing. Oh yeah, you'll get it going and all that, and I won't, because I've absolutely struggled. I've done everything that everyone has said, and I really do appreciate the help, but I think what it needs is someone to come here to show me, because there's something that's not quite right that I can't put my finger on. And I honestly think that it's probably cursed or something, because it will not pick the right number every time. It'll pick the wrong number. So I haven't bothered to order the records properly yet. I've just put them all in randomly because it's not going to pick the right records anyway. So I'm just going to leave it as a background music machine, really, for the front room. That's all I can really suggest, really. I am, however, going to turn the lights out so you can see it in all its majesty. And yeah, I think for Christmas, I think it's really got that look to it. You know, it's Christmassy, it's got the flashing lights on it. Probably put a few Christmas records in there if you want to go completely mad, you know. But yeah, it's a really nice jukebox. It's just such a shame that it's got that issue where it's not picking the right record. And I've tried everything, so as I say, I really do appreciate everyone's help. But if you're just going to keep telling me about the sprag wheel and the sensor, I won't respond, because unfortunately that has been done 20-30 times now. I know exactly how to set it up after watching that guy on YouTube, who is a very good professional by the look of it. And I've done it exactly the same as he does it, and I'm still one record out. I've even tried turning it off to see if it goes back to the same number, and it always seems to go plus a number every time. It doesn't seem to land or stay at the same number it should at its home position. Anyway, enough rambling on. This is my Rowe Jukebox. Can't really show you it playing any music yet, but because of copyright issues. But thank you very much for watching, and see you all later.